Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. So traders, let's have a look at the markets right now for a quick little update. And I want to give you guys a bit of an update on my trading as well too. And hopefully some things I say in today's video is going to help you when it comes to your trading. Now when it comes to the individual indices, guys, the Dow Jones has pretty much done nothing. We've had a little run to the upside. One thing you want to be sort of watching here right now is if I just squeeze my chart up a little bit more, let me actually zoom right in here a bit more. And we can actually see how we actually had this sort of resistance point through here. One thing you want to see is that if this is a true breakout, we're probably going to stay above here. If we don't stay above here right now, and we start to break back below these levels through here, if we start to get something like this and breaking back below, then we're probably likely to start to see something like this coming down to here, and probably even down to 21 there, maybe even a bit lower as well too. So you know, is this one final breakout, or is this one final false breakout? The market loves to do that at highs and lows. If I go back over here, as you can see, right, this is the high point of the Dow Jones as well too. You can see how we actually had this high point. We broke to the high point up here. See how we just broke back above it, and then we started to sell off. The market pushes up to a high. The psychology is the market loves to get people in because they think, oh, let's break up to new all-time new highs. Let's get long, and then it breaks back below. Now, if you did get long here, this point here, or at maximum, this point here would be your time to get out of because it's now no longer continuing. And that's a big thing to your trading as well too. When it comes to your trading, make sure that you are managing the risk on your account, but having good trade management, knowing that some trades are not going to work out. You just need to get out of it, cut your losses, and move on. And that way, it can free up your mind to get into some really good positions through there. So that's what I'm seeing through there right now on the Dow Jones. And the same thing for the S&P 500. If we see this resistance level through here, see how we've just broken back above it, but we're sort of not doing much. This could be a little one final hooray. And I'm not saying we are, guys, but if we do start to get something like that, then I would expect to see something like this to probably come back down and start to see this here. What's been happening right now with whole Donald Trump and China and all that sort of stuff as well too. No doubt, something's going to happen. But then also, guys, leading into the end of this year, we know when the whole stimulus starts to run out towards the end of this year, we know that companies are no longer going to be able to hold on to employees. You know, people are going to get cut, jobs are going to get cut. You know, like even Facebook, right? Facebook is also now looking to, I think they said they're going to start to cut people meaning salary cuts and so on and so forth. So towards the end of this year, guys, you know, we are just starting something major big here, guys. And if you understand anything about Ray Dalio's work, and we all know, right, if you don't understand history, and when you start to have an analogous situation of history repeating itself, which it does. Now, it doesn't repeat itself, it rhymes. Very similar things happen for the same cause-effect relationships. If you understand what Ray Dalio talks about, and I really have learned a lot about that, right? The analogous, we go back in situations, right? Like Ray Dalio talks about the analogous, which simply means the similar time was 1930s, right? And then we say, okay, the cause-effect relationship. So when certain things happen, the cause, the effect is what? And so on and so forth. So right now we're seeing a lot of situations right now where the cause, what's the cause? The cause was the coronavirus, which at the end of the day, guys, it may be the coronavirus, it may be something else, right? But we all knew that we're getting ready for some sort of a downturn anyway, right? So the coronavirus was just the thing to prick the bubble. But now we can say, okay, so if we have a look at the cause-effect relationship within the markets, the cause, right, or what actually happens, is what? No doubt, right, when it's going to take some time for people to start to come back to work. So after this whole stimulus package is now zapped up, right, and there's no more stimulus out there, and people are starting to get back to work. Guess what? People will still be fearful for a while, right? They're gonna still hold on. They're not gonna spend as much money. right? It's like, and it's going to take time for people to start to come back to work and get jobs and all that sort of stuff as well too. So what's that going to do for the whole economy, right? It's going to start to, we're not going to do what Donald Trump said, right? Now, I do believe that after the next couple of years of this downturn, I believe we've started from where we are right now. I believe over the next couple of years, we're likely to see a secularly bear market. And not a race to all-time new highs. I always thought that we're probably likely to race to all-time new highs. Now the Nasdaq, that's a different story. But that's what I'm seeing right now, guys, and that's what I'm seeing through there. So it's important, guys, that when you're looking at these markets, analyze these markets, that have that situation in your mind, but always be looking at, you know, the way that you're trading these markets. I just ran a webinar just recently on the way that I trade the markets and my trading system. I've actually just put up the replay. So if you go to Johns, JOHNS, johnsfreetraining.com, johnsfreetraining.com, you can register and I'll give you access to the actual replay of the webinar that I did. And I'm going to share with you how I trade the markets, what system I'm using, and also the number one thing that turned me from $250,000 in debt to actually making money. So go to johnsfreetraining.com and I'll share all the details with you with that. So that's what I'm seeing through there, guys, when it comes to the actual stock market itself as well too, and what I'm seeing with the individual indices. Now, you shouldn't be worried about that, right? In the next downturn, just like what happened in March was a phenomenal trading period if you knew what to look for. And again, on the free training at johnsfreetraining.com, yes, I'm promoting it, but you'll be able to see the setup that I look for and what you should be looking for in the next crash as well too. Moving on now through to silver and gold as well too. Gold has been pretty much just doing nothing for the last few months, resting here. And when we're looking at the overall silver here, silver's continuing to move up now. And I've always had a target of 1850. We're almost there right now. And once again, guys, I believe this low down here is the low for many years to come when it comes to that. Now, guys, just lastly, before I finish up today's video here and leave you guys for the weekend, is this. I'm telling you right now, traders, that please slow down with the way you trade these markets. I just got an email just recently, and he said that he's been trading for a while and he's been rushing around. He's been making a little bit of money, but then he actually then gives that back plus more. And now at long term, he's been trading the markets for 20 years. 20 years. And now he's almost about to go bankrupt. And I'm telling you right now, guys, if you want to become good at trading, it's not lucky, right? It's not let me get the tip, let me get this. If you want to become part of this trading world, then I'm telling you right now, what are you following? What system are you following? Okay, and I talk a lot about that. I talk a lot about that on this system, but guys, there is no get rich quick in this thing here. You can do well. You have two situations or two scenarios or two actions you can take for the rest of this year, for the rest of your life. One, you can have the mentality of thinking that you need to trade a lot and take all this other bullshit that has no probability, no system, no thing out there. It's just a quick tip and are blowing yourself out of the water. And by the end of this year, you've only gone backwards by blowing account after account up. Or secondly, you can spend the next few months figuring your shit out, figure out a really, really good trading system that has losing trades as well as too, and then you trade in that. You become a good trader. See, guys, at the end of the day, the biggest scam in this whole financial industry is you, right? It was me when I first started. What do I mean by that? Is that I believe every single system out there works. I really do. But you don't follow it 100%. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no consistency, right? If I show you my last 10 trades, they look almost identical to each other. So no, this whole yes, there are people out there that the way that they promote and so on and so forth is wrong, right? But that's the reason why, guys, like, the truth of the matter is trading is hard. Trading is hard because you don't follow a system 100% of the time. Oh, because you're not patient enough. Oh, I haven't had a trade for a week. I should be making $2,000 a week here. What's going on? I've got a goal. I need to hit it. I need to start trading live. And you go on and on and on and on and on and then trade and end up losing money. Right? So guys, at the end of the day, it's like we are, us individuals, us humans are the individual scams. It's not the industry. It's not the system. And if you did lose a lot of money with the system, what the fucking hell are you doing buying a system and now starting to throw 20, 40, 50 grand at one trade, trying to make money a lot of trades? When the fact of the matter is, doesn't matter what system you trade, you're going to have losing trades. And the trade you get into right now could be that losing trade. What don't you do? What don't you understand about that? So it was never the one system it was never that this system lost you a lot of money. No, it's the way that you're trading that system that lost you a lot of money. AKA, you weren't even following the system. AKA, you put all this money on one trade, trying to make a lot of money in one trade, and end up blowing yourself out of the water because maybe that trade you just took was part of the loss in the win-loss ratio. Every single system has a win-loss ratio. And you never know up front which one's going to be that. So stop trying to be right with the markets. Slow down, guys. You're blowing yourself out of the water. You're getting so emotionally wrapped up in this whole bullshit news and trading on what you think is going to happen, and the market's not logical. Right? It's not what you think. Everything's opposites in the markets. The less you trade, the more you make. The more you trade, the less you make. When something seems really, really, really bad, it's probably the time to buy. Stock market. Oh my goodness, pandemic, everything's happening, down the bottom here. Guess what happened, right? Down the bottom here, right here, in the S&P 500, this is when the World Health Organization came out and said, pandemic, Donald Trump shut everything down, blah, 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 right? Guess what? A logical thing would say, oh my goodness, the market's going to crash even more. And you read all these bullshit headlines, right? And then the market rallies. Same with oil, right? Look what happened with oil. Oh my goodness, isn't oil so bad? Look what happened. This day right here was when what? When we had that big oil crisis. Oh my goodness, negative oil. It's Armageddon. And the market rallies. Do you see what I'm saying there, guys? So it is not logical, right? And if you're trying to bring a logical thing to the way the markets work, everything is opposites in the markets. The less you trade, the more you make, which simply means you're only going to take very high probability powerful trades throughout the year. Now, probably what you're doing right now is you're probably bringing in a lot of that mentality of working, right? I've got to be trading. If I'm not trading, I'm not making money. But if you trade based on bullshit, you're going to get a lot of bullshit. That's it, seriously. But if you trade on a proven system with good risk management and know that some are going to have losses, so therefore you have good trade management, you get into a good trade, you put good risk on there, some are going to be losers. Period. Move on. But what do? Oh, John, no. If I'm not trading, I'm not making money. But if you do trade a lot based on all this other bullshit out there, then you're not going to make money. And the whole flow of you doing well throughout the year is some months you're going to be very active because there's a lot of good trades out there, not based on your thought, but based on a proven system that has a win-loss ratio. That means there's some losing trades. And just because it's a losing trade doesn't mean the system sucks. No. The biggest scam in the industry is you as an individual trader because you are not consistently following a plan every time. That's it. When I started kicking ass and taking names in these markets is when I started doing what I'm doing right now. I don't trade a lot myself. I only trade on average a few times a month, meaning actually getting into positions. Why? I don't need to. Why? Because I know by the end of the year, I'm going to absolutely crush it because those trades stack up. And before you know it, when you start to have confidence to start to put $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 per trade, you don't need too many really good trades throughout the entire year, right? If you have a couple of good trades throughout the entire month, on average, you're going to have a phenomenal trading career. That's the reason why I would rather trade less trades with a high win-loss ratio. So there was a guy that recently emailed me and he said oh my goodness, I went bankrupt and and it was all over and all that sort of stuff. And I'm just like, guys, seriously, if you want to become part of these markets, guys, slow down. Everything I've said in this video is 100% true in the fact that if you are trading a lot, because you're doing that trade, you're doing that working mentality, right? I need to be doing something to make some money, and I'm not in a trade, and I need to be in a trade right now to make some money. And you do that, and guess what? You lose money. Oh my goodness, the market's rigged, it's against me. No, you're the scam. You can't even follow a system, a proven plan. Just imagine you're doing that with property investing. oh, you know what? Yeah, that, you know what? Oh, yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm sure I can subdivide that. And, you know, oh, yeah, I'm sure I can afford that renovations. Yeah, let's just buy it right now. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Without even having any proven plan or any proven steps to see actually, can you even do a subdivision on that one? How much the renovation really going to cost you? Do you know what I mean? Like, what are the proven steps actually going into that? So, guys, slow down, right? Slow down. Don't be pushing this thing and don't be rushing this thing all over the place. I did a webinar just recently, guys, and I had someone ask me, said, you know, John, I'm thinking about joining, I'm not sure about your coaching program or this other coaching program. And this other coaching program was more about trading every day, right? Trading a lot, getting in and getting out, getting in and getting out, getting in and getting out every single day. And I'm just like, don't do that. That's going to blow you out of the water. Only really, 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 really good successful traders that have been doing this for a couple of decades can do that because they have good risk management, they have good trade management and good emotional management. What that simply means, they don't get emotional about one trade, and they're very quick to cut their losses, and they're happy to let the trade run. It takes time for that to happen. Okay. So anyway, guys, this is your little weekend thing here, guys. The markets right now, doesn't matter what's happened in the markets right now. There's plenty of amazing opportunities out there that happen throughout the year, and you too can be a 6-figure or a 7-figure trader if you want to be. But you got to start with that foundation of you being consistent, right? The market is not here to get you. It's not that the market is scammed, the market is rigged and blah, blah, blah. It's against you. No, you're just a fucking shit trader, period. Own up to it. And what I mean by a shit trader is that you are just not consistently following one plan that has a really good win-loss ratio. And every time you take a trade, you must accept up front that that one trade you take right now can be a losing trade, period. So have good risk management. Say, if this is a losing trade, am I protecting my capital? And apply that with good trade management, not just holding and hoping and holding and hoping and hoping and hoping and hoping and hoping and hoping. No, don't do that. Have absolutely rules of where you're going to get out. I call it my no story exit rule. If a trade's going against me, I have a point where I say, this is my no story exit rule, where if it gets this point, I need to be out no matter what. There is no story, no rhyme or reason, no newsletter or something like that. I need to be out of this trade, right? That keeps me in check. I have my no story exit rule. Now, getting out for a profit, that's much more of a harder point, but you can use something as a scaling out technique or whatever, right? You can use things to actually keep you in the trade and just use a simple rule there. But guys, please, I'm telling you right now, guys, if you want to kick ass and take names this year, guys, you need to get your shit sorted, seriously, right? Because most of these people that have been watching my videos, and I've been getting so many emails lately saying, you know, they're just struggling right now in the markets, they're confused and all that sort of stuff. The reason why you're confused is because you don't understand the markets for a reason. And you know, if you know, like for example, if something seems really, 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 really good and everyone is really is on that bandwagon, that's probably the time where it's going to be the top, aka Bitcoin at 17,000, right? Just like here in Sydney, right? Sydney, Australia. Guess what? 2017, all over the news. Property market is booming. Property market's going crazy. Oh my goodness, massive gains. Blah blah blah. Guess what happened? Within a few months, that was the top, and we've been on a slight downtrend ever since. Just like the stock market, right? Just like the stock market. When things seem to be really, really, really bad, that's probably time to buy. Just like oil. Oh my goodness, negative oil, Armageddon. Time to buy oil. Do you know what I mean? If you're looking at that as a rhyme, or if you're looking at that at things are opposites, if you're looking to invest into something. But guys, at the end of the day, if you're not consistently showing up and following one plan, and being patient and waiting for those setups, you're never going to make money from these markets long term. You may make a little bit of money. And I've had plenty of people that have come to me and said, John, I made a shit ton of money in Bitcoin and I gave that all back. Why? Because I thought I knew it all. I got lucky. Right, guys? So guys, when you go to johnsfreetrading.com, and yes, I'm plugging that, but I'm going to share with you exactly what you need to do, okay? Follow a system, follow a plan. Okay, and all at the end of the day, guys, If you don't, you're only going to go backwards, okay? If you don't get your shit sorted, you're only going to go backwards. Follow a plan. Follow something. And if you're not consistently showing up every day and looking for that setup, and you're doing all this other quick get rich quick thing, guys, you're blowing yourself out of the markets. And no doubt, I guarantee you, 90% of the people here right now are in that situation right now. And 20% of you guys that are in that situation are going to put something in the comment below saying, fuck you, John, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 whatever. This guy's an asshole, whatever. Oh, you know what? I don't give a shit. Well, I don't give a shit. What I do care about is having a system that you can have and consistently follow no matter what and do well for the rest of your life. That means every year do well, not every month. Stop setting monthly and weekly goals. Don't do that bullshit to yourself. No. Oh, I got a goal to make $10,000 a month. Don't do that to yourself. Why? Because maybe there's a 2 or 3 or 4 months throughout the entire year where it's very slow and your system doesn't show many trades throughout that month. That's okay. Be a good trader. The system is only 10% of your success. 90% of your success is you showing up and doing your job. You do your job. Fuck the market. Fuck all this sort of stuff. Stop being the fucking scam and you get your shit sorted. Right? That's what it's all about. You consistently show up. And then other months throughout the entire year, guess what? You're going to have really, really, really good months. That's the ebbs and flows of a trader. If you don't like what I'm saying here right now, then don't fucking trade. Period. Because it is only going to send you backwards. You're only going to blow up all your money and it's going to send you right out of these markets here right now. Stop fucking trading right now. And if you do not have something that you're following consistently, right, and you understand the path of you being a good trader, right, which simply means that you understand that when you do get into a trade, some of them are going to be losses and you can never know up front. So stop trying to be right with the markets. And at the end of the day, some months are going to be really active for you and some months are not. Now, if you're a day trader, I mean, getting in and getting out on a short-term intraday basis, there's going to be some days it's going to be really, really active for you and some not. Some weeks are going to have some really good trades and some you might go through, you might go through a period of time where there's maybe 2 or 3 weeks where there's no trades. Oh my goodness, John, that's bullshit. I want to make some money. But if you go do that, all this other bullshit, right? If you take bullshit, you're going to get a lot of bullshit. Relax, calm down. People will be saying to me, probably calm down to me, right? People are probably saying right now, yo, John, you should calm down. But no, I'm absolutely serious with this. I'm pissed right now because I'm absolutely pissed at the fact that the way people are still approaching these markets and thinking about these markets. Because 90% of people that are watching my videos right now are not going to be here 12 months later. Why? Because you're doing everything that I'm telling you not to do. You're trying to look for that quick tip. And even if you do make a little bit of money here and there, you didn't get it right. You got it wrong. If you take a trade and make money, but it's based on a tip, you got it wrong. But if you take your system and a plan, you have good risk management, you take a loss, you got it right. See how everything is opposites in the way that you think about this thing? That's the reason why 90% of you guys out there are not going to do well at all in life, because a lot of the life is opposites when you think about it, right? Everything is opposites. You know, when you slow down and you stay calm and you're in a really good peaceful state and you're just waiting for really good setups, throughout the year you actually end up really doing really, really well financially. I don't trade a lot, but I do so well for the markets. Why? Because I don't trade a lot. Why? Because most of the trades I get into actually make a profit for me, and I know that. And guess what? And there's going to be some months. There's going to be at least a few months throughout the entire year where I don't do anything. And there's going to be some months where it's going to be really, 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 really active, guys. Please, guys, slow down. The guy that I got an email from recently said that he went bankrupt, and it kills me to see people doing this. But guys, if you do not start following the things that I'm talking about here right now, if you don't have your personal shit together, where you go into the market to get some significance or trying to have an ego and all this type of bullshit, then stop it. You're only gonna blow yourself out of the water. You end up gonna get divorced, which is probably gone through the roof right now because of the whole coronavirus thing, right? And all that sort of stuff. So guys, please slow down. Do not be taking these bullshit trades because you're trying to make a lot of money really, really quickly. Because I guarantee you, again, the law of opposites, the more you force it, the more time you trade, the less money you make. The more you sit back, relax, and wait for a really good high probability setup, and you take that setup every time, not just every now and then, but every time, you start to get a lot of consistency. If you want consistent results in your trading, you must be consistent.